Hello everyone and welcome back to my subscribers. If you're not already a subscriber, I'll put a link here for you. If you've been following the YouTube channel and social media such as Instagram and Facebook, you've probably seen this rifle in a few posts. And basically it's a 10.5-inch SBR setup with a suppressor, dedicated suppressor for hog hunting on the Texas Native 00 channel that I post videos on. But this video here is mainly going to stick to the rail system on this. This is a very inexpensive rail system that I stumbled across on eBay. It's manufactured by Field Sport Incorporated, and from what I can tell, they only sell on eBay. I haven't been able to find any websites or anything like that, and you know, I think I paid $59 for this with free shipping. So the cost on it is very inexpensive. I mean, you see the style of it right here, where there's no rails in the center. I kind of like that, and it reminds me of this one here, the Knight's Armament. Now this is a longer rail, as you can tell. This one weighs 10.5 ounces, when this one weighs 12.5. So you can tell this is going to be heavier than a typical 10-inch rail. So, but I mean they both look almost identical, if you will. This one, the Knight's Armament, has a few more places on here where you can put more additions as far as rails and such goes, when this one does not. Here's a few screenshots of other rail systems that are very similar to this by the same seller. Currently, as of today, they don't have any 10 inches like the one here in this video, but here's a few others, so you can kind of get a price match, if you will, or a comparison to comparable rails or other rails that look similar to this. What allured me to this, other than the low cost, was the lack of an alignment needed. Well, let me rephrase that. The lack of the need to have an alignment for your gas tube. You know, installing free float tubes, you have to get that barrel nut just right, get the torque down just right, before you can actually insert the gas tube into the upper itself and make everything fit right. This thing here is an alignment-free barrel nut, which basically means you put it on there, torque it down to the torque that you need, or that the rifle requires, and then slip in the gas tube. There is nothing to align. It's super easy. So right here, to take it off or to install it, there's just 3 screws on top, and then some little nuts right here, some screws right here on the side that actually torque it down to the barrel nut itself. And you know, the bottom part, you can kind of see it just clamps on right there. Installing this is super easy. So the barrel nut, as mentioned, you just screw it on, get it down there finger tight, and then using a wrench, you'll torque it down to the proper torque. And like I said, there is no alignment whatsoever. Then slide on the rail system, put on the little clamp portion on the bottom, and then tighten the 6 screws. And once you get it all nice and lined up, get those screws tightened, then you can torque down the 2 screws on the side. So I've been running with this rail for about 6 to 8 months now. I really wanted to put it through some paces, you know, get out and use it and see how it works. See if anything comes loose, you know, with the barrel nut the way it is and the rail mounting system the way it is. I was worried that it might come loose. But I really wanted to get some use out of it before I made a video and made a judgment on this. I mean, I've been riding around on the 4-wheeler with it, and you can see some marks here in the Jeep, walking around in the woods. So far, I haven't run into any problems as far as functionality goes in the field. The only issue I see with this, where it's most likely going to cause you a problem, is if you decide to mount your scope forward of the upper itself and onto the handguard. If you notice here, the rail sits slightly higher than the upper. This is probably going to cause, no doubt, a problem if you decide to mount your scope mount halfway on the upper and halfway on to the foregrip. Also, you'll notice the big blank area right here where there's no cuts in the Picatinny. So I'm going to take the Knight's Armament just for grins. I'm going to line up the Picatinny rails here on the upper. So look at the upper on the rifle itself, and then as you notice, the rails on the upper, or on this discount upper, if you will, or this discount free float tube, don't particularly line up. So it's really, they don't continuously carry on the Picatinny spacing that you get from the upper. So that's going to cause a problem, I believe. So if you're going to mount anything halfway between your upper and the free float tube, I believe you're going to run into a problem. So take that into consideration. It's not an issue for me. I mount the scope on the upper itself. Anything else I mount up here on the rail itself. Well, thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. Thanks.